break yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome. You have arrived to the conversation that'll end all conversations.
He's fucking me
The
up.
Soulcast with your host, Woody Wood. And now, without further ado, let's get in that crazy head. Here's your
You got
host,
drugs in that bag right there?
Woody Wood.
What's up? What's up? This is the third episode of the Soulcast, and I'm in the house with Joe Bone.
I'm in the bathroom of the house.
Joe Bone's in the house.
Hey, baby.
And he's got a shirt that's got a weird crinkled up right
Yeah,
side.
it's a girly shoulder, man, for
Yeah.
you to cry on because
Yeah.
you're a bitch. Oh, yeah. I want to make sure I can.
You can cuss.
I can
yeah.
cut. Okay, because that's just going to happen. Okay.
Yeah, we can say whatever we want to. So, kids, please.
Yes, parents. Oh, excuse me. Good parents.
Good parents. Grab your kids and get them the hell out of the
Get them
room.
the hell out of the room.
No, but Joe Bone is my brother and my best bro and my hetero life mate.
We straight up met in the gateway in the alley right before this, man. No idea what
Yeah,
we're doing here.
he doesn't know me at all. No, but Joe's been in a bunch of bands. Tell us all the bands you've been in.
All the bands I've been in, man, it goes way back, you know.
Yeah,
Back-
I know.
No,
I know.
most notably, we'll go with that 420 Outback, Shotgun Opera, LIE. I was in Inside Blue, which is Little Heard, but Pat Blanchard and Adam Hadfield were in that conglomerate. And
Yeah,
that
Inside
was
Blue.
a lot of fun. I was 25 years old, almost twice as old as everybody else.
Right?
Right.
You was the one that was buying them all Bearers?
Oh, no. No, I am not that kind of influence.
All right, so now I tried the podcast a few years ago that never got released.
That was a lot of fun. We need to release it, man, because I tore you up.
And I had printed out a whole bunch of shit that, I was like, oh yeah, this is going to be good to talk about.
Here's proof of a pterodactyl sighting or something.
But that shit was real fun.
Dude, I ain't saying it ain't. I'm just saying when some shit like that goes down, like the Chicago O'Hare, you said the airport was shut down, the runways for 3
because the
hours.
damn flying saucer was hovering over the top of it.
Yeah, and nobody had anything but a 0.5 megapixel damn flip phone camera and within a 10-mile radius of the
Yeah,
event.
because all the good cameras, they mess them up.
Look, the whole thing is, man, is you and I both know them bitches got cloaking technology and everyone fucking had it. So
They don't, if you see them, then they want you to see them.
exactly.
So it's a mind.
I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm just saying the people you trusted that they exist aren't credible because they don't have good cameras.
Oh, I see.
That's
I
right.
see.
People don't believe you unless you got a good phone.
Oh, that's Katie. Howdy. Katie's a doc.
Have you named
I'll be
that
like,
guy?
what up, doc?
What's the name of that guy?
That's Uncle Fester.
Uncle Fester? No, see, no.
I mean, I'm
He's
pretty sure
already
that's
taken-
Uncle Fester.
I'm pretty sure Uncle Fester's got a body, last I saw. And he would taste horrible, because I think that's a frying pan, isn't it?
No,
No? You wouldn't
I
fry
don't
up
know,
a
maybe.
green bald guy's head?
maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
I've seen on Rotten.com where they cook babies and stuff.
dude,
In the
it
pan
is
sandwich
delicious, but he's
Crunchy in the middle.
He's a little past the expiration date.
And then that one Faces of Death where they beat the monkey in the head.
Yeah,
And then they eat the brains right out.
This is turning real far south. All of a sudden. They beat the monkey in the head.
What? You started it.
I said, "What's the bald guy's name?"
So you were telling me back there in the back about you had an incident with your vehicle.
Oh no, it was not my vehicle. I had borrowed a vehicle from my boss's girlfriend at the time. Well, it's still his girlfriend, I guess, but I guess he's still my boss. Anyway, not important. I had borrowed the car, me and my wife, and we've been driving it for probably 3 or 4 months because I like to really, push the limit on somebody's generosity. And we went to meet my folks at a, Asian buffet, and the car had been smoking for a while since we got it, basically. He told me not to worry about it, that he had a mechanic go through it and, you know, fix all the stuff that was really wrong with it, and the smoking probably just something left from the oil change or whatever. So we didn't think nothing of it, and I didn't think, 4 months later it's still doing that. That oil's like really not going anywhere.
Right.
Obviously something's leaking. But I didn't think much of it, and we got to the Asian restaurant. We get out the car, lock it up, go inside, and I may have sat down for like a minute or two. I mean, not even got my salmon skin roll up to my mouth yet, and all these Asian dudes, come running from the kitchen with fire extinguishers. Like, I think it's some kind of like dinner theater or something for a moment, and then I realized that that they're serious. Everybody in the restaurant starts getting up and walking outside, and I tell my wife, hey, baby, why don't you go out there and make sure it's not our car? And I laugh because, my car's not going to catch on fire. I drove motherfucking bone. Dude,
Right?
Yeah, well, she comes back not 3 seconds later with tears in her eyes. It is our car. And my first initial reaction is, see, I started that joke. You can't try to flip it. No. And then, tears. I'm a sucker. So, and she was telling the truth. It was our car. Walk outside, man. There's flames on each side of the hood going up about 5 feet. And, it was
That's a bummer.
Yeah, I want to say a Pontiac or something like that. It was, older 80s model, whatever, boxy kind of car.
So what do you do whenever something like that happens?
Oh, you panic.
Protocol?
You panic.
Yeah.
You throw your keys as far as you can. No.
Right. Dude. You make absurd jokes to the fireman?
I immediately called Brian, and told him what was going on. The fireman eventually got the fire out. And then, after everything from the windshield forward had burnt slap out of there, you had a block and nothing else but the frame, dude. And the chief fire dude and, whatever he's called, Mr. Fire Guy. And all those little cronies come up and they all take their coveralls off the top of them, tie them in a knot, and start smoking cigarettes, which I kind of thought was humorous myself. They just get done putting out this huge blazing car, and the first thing they want to do is breathe smoke. Well, the chief pulls out a little notebook and a pen and asks me if there's any indication, this might, would have started it. And I was like, honestly, man, it smoked a little bit here and there, but nothing really to worry about. We got here, we threw our lit cigarettes in the glove box, went inside and ate some sushi. And, dude, the look that this fire chief gave me, man, was like, I have finally found the dumbest human being on the planet, bro. And, he immediately put his book away and just walked away. And they didn't find it nearly as humorous as people that I tell later on did. But I wanted to give the firemen some kind of payback, something, but
like a thank you card?
Yeah, like a Christmas card, like a high five,
Yeah, it's like run through there in a tutu and giving everybody high fives.
Oh yeah, that would be a gift, wouldn't it?
Videotape. Yeah, it's a gift to the world, bro.
Yeah, Joe in a tutu,
Bone in a tutu.
high fiving firemen. Oh.
Hey, try to watch Knocking on the Table because
it coming soon
pops through. So what have you been listening to as far as music goes lately?
As far as music goes, man, I'm listening to all right, they got a song called Whore. I can't remember.
Oh, that's the heavier band that you let me listen to the other day. I like that groove.
Let me tell you something, man.
I like that track.
I will know every lyric of every album that a band makes and couldn't tell you one name of one member and half the time get the name of the band wrong. It's something about pronouns in my mind, dude. People's names, places, stuff like that, specific names. I skip right over in my head. I just... that's not important.
Right.
Who discovered America? I don't know, but I can tell you when. Yeah. And I don't know, but the name of the song is Whore, and that chick is bad, dude. She brings the demons.
Now that's a chick that's singing, but she sounded like she was a dude to me.
She sings both the singing bits and the screaming, demon bits. Huh. Yeah, but she's a bleach blonde,
Whenever you hit the table, it's gonna come through real big.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm SOSing actually.
Help, motherfucker! Help!
Get me out of here!
I don't know why I'm here.
This room's too clean.
So you live in Old Town. You've been down there for a long, long time.
Man, at this location, I've been down there for 10 years, actually.
And how beautiful is Old Town? See, everybody wants to talk about how bad it is down there, but it's awesome. Now, I like it down there.
When we moved there, we brought the property value up.
Right?
Okay? At this point,
it's like, that's Joe Bones' truck right there.
We are definitely the white trash in Old Town, man. But it's gotten a lot better. They've driven out a lot of the bad elements. I mean... you're not going to get rid of all of them. But I don't have to be afraid, that my wife's walking the dog around our house, at 8 o'clock at night or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I had to throw tile at people at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, screaming for cops, and none would ever show up.
And what are you talking about time frame wise?
I guess it started cleaning up real good. I want to say maybe 5 years ago, when the dealers, crack dealers or whatever, got driven out of the block, and some group or some dude or whatever, I haven't got all the details, purchased a bunch of houses down our block and rented them out cheap to college kids on missionary work and whatnot. And that's where we got the garden. The crack house that was across the street from our house.
Oh, right, yeah,
was
yeah.
torn down, and they got that garden over there, and that's from that kind of element moving in, which more power. I love it.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, I would see people go in and out of that pink house.
Oh yeah, I used to have charcoal briquettes, on the front porch for the grill. And I think I bought 7 bags and grilled out once because I kept throwing charcoal briquettes through the windows, man. Whenever I'd see the light, from a lighter blaze up real big and then go out, throw a charcoal briquette in there, and they never came to the window. They never yelled. They never did anything to my house, which I guess
they just like freeze.
They were like, "Oh crap, yeah." Are we in a grill, dude? Oh God, don't like that. But yeah, man. I mean, prostitutes and everything. It's hilarious because crackheads are just the real hardcore junkie. Like that is what they do. That is their motivation.
Yeah,
to get up.
They're everything in life.
Yeah, and they care about nobody and nothing but getting that next blaze.
Yeah,
they are hilarious in the right perspective to walk around downtown. There's a skinny chick. I mean, when I say skinny, I mean this mic stand here.
Yeah.
Would take her any day of the week. She will argue with a telephone pole or a tree, usually right across the street from our house, and to the point that she's bumping it with her chest, and eventually will punch it 2 or 3 times before feeling that she has made her point
to the tree.
Away. To the tree, yeah, or the telephone pole. I mean, that's hilarious to me. I've always wanted to get like rolled up newspaper and get 2 of those kind of mentality, like lost causes or whatever you want to call them, together and tell them the first person to extract a tooth from the other person using just this rolled up newspaper, I'll buy them a Mad Dog 2020. Anything you want on the liquor menu up to $1.29. Okay,
give you the Alizé, but you're gonna have to do something special for that. That's $2.25.
I'm just saying. You pop out one of them front teeth, we'll talk. But it was I can't bring myself because I also think that that's somebody's kid. They might have a kid themselves somewhere.
Now,
and I wouldn't want to do that.
Man, I had this fucking thing where I saw, and I think I might have told you this before.
We never talked.
No, I mean, maybe. I don't know. But I saw the cops shoot down a guy out on Gordon Highway.
Really?
Yeah. And I never saw anything in the news about it.
Really?
Yeah. It was
maybe
crazy.
it didn't matter.
I mean, obviously it was because of some kind of issue or whatever, but I mean, to not hear anything about it. Now, do you believe there's things that happen downtown like opposite? Like a couple of months ago, they said that somebody was like beaten outside in front of our house. And I was like, at 10 a.m. on a Monday. And I never heard anything about it. And all our neighbors around the area, none of them said they knew anything about it, And so I was like, maybe they make up shit just so that people are scared to come down here. It's like counterintelligence or some shit.
Where it depends on where the information comes from. Like I'm of the mindset that I don't believe shit that I hear, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
right on.
I'll be talking to anybody. And
you hear that, boys and girls? Question everything, including yourself. It's like, am I right?
So true.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just a vicious ass koala bear.
Koala bears are adorable. Yeah. It's especially question yourself. Whenever somebody comes up and tries to counter your statement, or your claim. A lot of people want to do the buck. You want to front.
I'm right.
No,
you're wrong.
I know this for a fact because I got a friend who has a friend. And
that saw it one time.
Saw it. I swear. Somebody stole that dude's kidneys. Whatever. But it's.
But what I'm saying is do you think that downtown gets a bad rap?
I think downtown gets a bad rap from people that don't live downtown.
Right.
Dude, the people that live around me are gold, man. I love them, okay? I mean, I've got so many good cats, man, that you would never put us together if, 1,000 people in a room.
Yeah.
We'd be the last 10,
Like old boy that's across the way from us. He's
Thomas,
he's
man.
good people,
He's good people, man. He is. And, I mean, I help them all out when I can, but I don't get nosy and, just show up for dinner.
Right.
I keep to myself and everybody.
We all do, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, we're basically, we don't like people. 'Cause people are stupid.
I don't know. I like people all right.
People.
I don't suffer fools easily. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, that's a fact. And I mean, they've already infiltrated the government. They're taking over, dude. They're breeding at a 4-to-1 ratio.
No doubt, man.
But
they all got bunkers. They're gonna live longer than us. Fucking cockroaches.
I've been in numerous bands with cats where my co-band members there.
The fucking cockroaches, man.
would they live in Columbia County, or whatever. Or Harlem, of all places, and talk mad trash about downtown. And I'm like,
I know.
Harlem is like the meth-wooded hood. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. It is.
It is.
And people forget that,
Well, see, what pisses me off is whenever people talk shit about Augusta, and it's the same any fucking where you go.
Dude, every city you go to.
I don't care where you go. It's the same. It depends on the people that you surround yourself with. And that's
exactly.
I know Albuquerque. Whenever I went across country, whenever I went to Albuquerque, I heard all this crazy stuff about Albuquerque. Oh, Albuquerque, don't stop in Albuquerque. And I was like, man, I think that's probably just bullshit.
Bugs Bunny always took a wrong turn there. Apparently, some fucked up shit.
It like throws you a fucking
it's like, I got to get out of here. So they just haul ass
whichever direction. It doesn't matter.
That's what's up.
But what's your favorite food downtown? What's your favorite place to eat downtown?
Oh man, dude, that's a hard one.
I know, right?
Bro, I mean, downtown is full of these little indie restaurants, man. You can't find anywhere else. I mean, there's some staples.
I forgot about the Cotton Patch. I keep forgetting about the Cotton Patch because it's off the beaten path, but that's a pretty good place.
Yeah, dude. And people forgot about it, I think, because of all that construction stuff. They had them all behind those gates, and the fences, and their parking was real weird. But, dude, yeah, it's still doing its thing, man. And but dude, I love the Whiskey Bar and Kitchen, man. Right next to the Metro downtown, it's phenomenal.
Yeah,
anything you get off the menu, man, just blows my mind.
Have you eaten at Farmhouse much?
Yeah, I've eaten there once, bro, and I really enjoyed it. It's a different type of ordering setup type of thing than I'm used to, but yeah, it was phenomenal. Like
I tried one of the they got the milkshakes with the liquor in it.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if that does that. I mean, because I thought it would be fine because I usually drink White Russians that got half and half in it.
Right on.
But it was a little bit too heavy for it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
Probably shouldn't mix your liquor with your.
When did you drink
ice
it?
cream.
And what did you do afterwards? Because we're pretty high energy dudes, And
yeah, it was like
products.
It was lunch, and it was hot outside.
Oh, see,
not the best combo.
Yeah, milk is the worst thing, to go drinking to quench your thirst on a hot day. Ron Burgundy told us that.
Yeah. Yeah,
and he was a genius.
Bad
Everybody
choice.
knows that.
I think milk bad choice. Yes. So, how long have you had that building downtown? And do you know when the building was built?
Yeah, we signed the paperwork on it. About 4 years ago, I guess. So,
I love that building. I think it's awesome.
2010. But it started construction best we can find because everything we find on it has a little different information, but we put it all together and best we can come up with is 1906. They began construction on it and completed in 1909. It was converted into apartments in the 1970s.
So do you know who owned it originally?
No, I do not.
It was probably built as a,
I mean, it was a single family home for...
Isn't that crazy? The big old building, a single family home.
Yeah, well, I mean, it
must have been a big ass family.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is the way it's laid out now is nothing like the way it was.
Yeah,
a big foyer in the center, and every room led to another room.
So you have the blueprints?
I found them somewhere. My memory is like steel trap.
Right.
It's been rusted shut in the bottom of the ocean for years, but
I've been wanting to go up to the attic because.
Oh yeah, we can go up to the attic.
You said it's big, like.
Oh, dude, you could throw footballs up there, man. Yeah, if it was a basement, we could store all the bodies we would ever have.
Nobody'd ever know.
That's right, but carrying a body up a ladder.
Speaking of, you remember back in the day whenever you were into reading about serial killers?
Oh yeah, man.
Like what was your favorite true crime novel that you ever?
Oh man, there was a lot of them. There was a couple though. Let's see, Lucas, Henry Lucas or something like that. I want to say. It wasn't the fact that he killed a bunch of people, because he didn't. The fact that he was coaxed by the local officers to admit and give details about crime scenes, so he would take the blame for other murders. And at one point, before they caught him, found out he was lying. They said he had killed like 80-something people across the country. I just think it's funny as hell, man, because it just points out some dirty cops in a little town, made international news, and this little, almost cognitively challenged individual that might have murdered a few folks, just went along for the ride, just made a fool out of everybody. And I thought that was hilarious. But you got a lot of Gein. What's it, Richard Gein or something like that in Wisconsin? Mm-hmm. What Leatherface is based off of loosely, and what Hannibal Lecter is loosely based off of. Like, he literally had skin suits and stuff. The real fucked up people. Those are the ones I enjoyed the most.
The ones that eat spleen.
Yes. If they have a fruit bowl with some fingers and stuff, man, that's the guy I want to read about.
I just read Keith Richards' fucking book, The Life, the biography of his.
He wrote a fucking book?
Yeah.
It's called Life?
No, I wouldn't have read that one.
Okay.
Fucking life. No, but and it starts off with this crazy ass story, and they get pulled over in Texas, right? Texas. All the great stories start with you getting pulled over in Texas, and they get pulled over in Texas, and Keith's like, and we've got a fucking shitload of cocaine in the.
Uncanny, man.
Well, thank you.
I almost come out of my headphones. That was so real.
I know. You thought he was here.
I did.
You got starstruck. And he's like, we got a whole bunch of cocaine in the fucking panels of the door. And the whole time that they were there, they were trying to get them for like this little bit of shit that they found in the car. And the whole time they had like 4 kilos in the.
They're like, please don't have a brother that did dope. Oh man, it's gonna suck.
And then they end up getting out. They get their lawyers to get them out of it, right? And they
how famous were they at this point?
They were super famous. Okay. They were really, really famous. And they get out of it, and then they leave the car and impound and just take off. And so he's like, somewhere in Texas, there's a car full of cocaine still to this day.
Them cats went to crush it, dude, and was like,
holy shit, why am I so high?
There's baby powder everywhere. Next car. That's okay, boss.
Car's crushed.
It's okay, boss. 35 hours overtime. I don't need a break.
Why is my hair standing on the end? So, favorite bar downtown?
Favorite bar downtown? Man, that's.
I mean, they kind of switch over time, right?
Yeah, man. It's a rotation, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. Metro's been a pretty common.
Metro is a pretty constant chill hangout spot, man. They keep the same vibe.
It's kind of like downtown's living room. A little bit.
Yeah.
With a lot of windows so people can see you sitting in your living room.
It's like your glass house living room at a remote location.
I don't know if it says Metro Coffee House and Pub, but here lately they've been a little less on the coffee.
Yeah, man. I remember when we used to go
Kenny,
there.
Bob, what's going on? Is it a coffee house or what?
Yeah, man. What happened to my big cups? My big cups with all the whipped cream and the pissed off bartenders having spent 20 minutes making some shit.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
He's like, I used to like to get the sweet things whenever I went in there.
I mean, dude, all right, it's no secret. I used to do real drugs.
Right.
So I need me some serious, like, 18-ounce espresso, just like quadruple shot stuff, to say, oh, yeah, that works.
Cinco shot.
Cinco shot, yeah. I mean, I just enjoyed it. It kind of made me feel like a hipster with the big cups and the whole Friends type of atmosphere
right.
for a minute,
And the whipped cream on your mustache.
That's just awesome.
It's bonus.
As just to highlight it for people that can't see how awesome.
I remember when the first time I met Darcy and Grady was like in that situation where
Monday Mafia.
Well, actually, I think I'd met them prior to that. They'd seen me play a few times, and then you guys were sitting all up there on the stage.
People see you play all the time, Woody, but then they see you out somewhere just doing your thing, and they're like, "Dude, he's a dude. He's like a real guy. He just chills out, but he's still loud and smells like Doritos." But
I love Doritos.
I know.
I don't
you used
smell
to.
like Doritos.
Yeah. Okay. But people see you out and they're like, I swear I know that guy. And then they hear you laugh or something like you do on stage, and they're like, "Oh, he's a local dude. He's just out here getting pizza, drinking beer, puking out the side of the road just like everybody else, like a regular jack-off, man." If I didn't know you for my entire freaking existence, I would not think you were from here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's funny because everybody asks me if I'm from here, and then they're like surprised whenever I say
You should say no and name like some foreign place, like Belize or Kenya. That's a good one. I'm from northern Madagascar.
I was actually born 3 doors down from Obama.
Yeah.
In Kenya.
In
Indonesia.
In Kenya, Hawaii.
In Kenya, Indonesia.
In Kenya,
say
Hawaii,
that. Walla Walla, Washington. I could be from Kissimmee, Florida.
This conversation isn't so far not made. 1 point. We've completed 4 sentences, I believe.
Okay, now going back to what I was saying. Yeah, let's go back.
That's
all right, for
good.
practical reasons only, of course. Do you believe in aliens? I mean, because I do.
Bro, I believe in aliens, but not to the extent that some of your alien conspiracy freaks, believe in aliens. Like, I believe the government's covering up some serious crap, because the general public, let's face it, as a rule, general rule, is too stupid. They would freak out at some major shit like that.
You really think so?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, man. Dude, it seems like everybody.
All right, you've got so many different religious factions. Okay, now granted, the Catholics have taken charge and said, "Hey, there might be other species," and they've probably
finally,
and they've got one of these, the biggest telescopes and all, and they are searching actively for alien life because they want that witness foot in the door or something. I don't know, but.
Let me tell you about Jesus Christ.
Like, I'm glad we run into you, aliens. And
do you know about our Savior,
Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? And who knows what they call him, But I just, I do believe, you get all these different religious factions, man. Then you get all the,
You remember when Jason Cho was talking about the fucking Robert, the black guy that dropped out in 3rd grade, didn't know how to read or write, and he fucking knows all this crazy shit about antimatter and stuff, and then he was a boxer, and then he knows how to speak all different kinds of languages, and if you write to him, he would send you this little drawing, and he would tell you about your past lives and stuff like that, and I did that. You remember? You don't remember any of that?
No.
And anyway, this dude was held by NASA for like 4 days, and they picked his brain, and it was like, how does he know all this crap? He knew shit that nobody was supposed to know, and he's a 3rd grade dropout from Mississippi, but he claims that what happened is that these people that the aliens, they crashed. And they were having a war with the reptilian race of people, and because reptilians are always pissed off about
subterranean crab people and all that.
Yeah, they're all mad.
See, my problem with stuff like that, bro, is the man. I keep hitting this table and it sounds like thunder, thunder. Yeah, but is how can you verify the validity of any of those claims? That he dropped out in the 3rd grade. Who that you trust is going to tell you, okay, these are the facts as I know them, and this is where I got them.
Right.
And that's why
it's a fascinating story.
Dude, I can tell you some fascinating stories.
Tell me one.
Oh yeah, dude.
Tell me one.
About use my penis to put on puppet shows for the dolphins at SeaWorld. And that's why they rape people now.
I thought that's why they put up the caution sign.
And that's why Joe's not allowed at SeaWorld ever again, guys. Yeah, public
You're not
drunken
allowed
nudity.
to name shit. You know?
Public drunken nudity and using a puppet on your phallic, on your
jumping on the back of strangers. vehicles while
not
naked?
the backs of all of them. I mean, I was face to face with a few. I ain't scared, and I'm not smart.
So, what's your Joe Stevenson was the second episode, and he after
so you're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point. You're like,
no, I'm not.
You bring in some superstars, and you're like, all right, what's Joe doing?
No, Joe, man, you're funny. People like you. Yeah. No, but he said, I wished you'd ask me my favorite rock and roll moment, and I was like, hit it, son. So you have a favorite rock and roll moment?
I have favorite rock and roll moments, and I have the adverse, the most embarrassing rock and roll moment.
Uh-oh.
You're talking about shit that I've done, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.